Hi everyone, this is Cher, the host with the most here with the current event wars and show that is. And again, my name is Cher. Here is we're continuing our sequence of videos on hurricanes, and I've come across this to maybe help you guys out. I don't know if you guys can see this or not or whatever. Let me check something here. Alright, I need to move over here more. There we go. Alright. So what I'm going to try to do is talk about this. But if you live in the South, anything like, I don't know, maybe North Carolina on down to Florida, over to Mississippi area, up to maybe Tennessee and Kentucky, you might have a Dollar Tree. If you do and you have the internet, go to their web and check out their stuff, because I'm going to go back something here. They have a lot of supplies that's inexpensive, and it's probably cheaper than going through Walmart. It might save you a lot of money too, from what I'm seeing. But this one here is on Dollar Tree, and alright, it's not going to show it. Let me put it back. Bear with me here while it reloads again. Yep. Alright, so anyway, we'll let you check this out here as soon as it loads. But basically it's a list. You can go, since there's been a lot of people looking at different stores to get their supplies. You can go like Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Usually they're less expensive than Walmart is, but sometimes you have your supplies and they run out. But as you can see here, over here in this corner here, and check the other webs out, since we've already had a hurricane here in the South, a lot of stores are putting up emergency disaster relief funds, as well as emergency disaster relief supplies. And if you press this link over at the Dollar Tree, it's going to give you very limited stuff, okay? And they're not going to show you everything that you need on that list, okay? But I can tell you this, being frugal, I guess you'd say, and do some comparison shopping, you will save a lot of money with going to a dollar store than versus going over to get stuff at the Sam's Club or Costco or Walmart or something like that. But as you see here, they got food and drinks. I want to go over some stuff. A lot of people need water to drink, and I can't emphasize not having enough water. But they sell here, and I've seen them sell them in the store, of the gallons of water, okay? Not the little ones, but the gallons too. And you want to try to get yourself a hold of the bigger ones before you buy the little stuff, okay? If you can. If you can't, then get the little stuff, okay? But any of this stuff here, okay, I'm giving an example. You got, and give you ideas, because a lot of people haven't gone through a hurricane, so they're like, well, I don't know, what I can cook with, what I can't cook with, and, how do I do this if I don't have a stove or oven or whatever? So, they've got soups in the can. You got pancakes here. If you've ever been camping before, you can take those pancakes and use them for different things. You can actually use it to bread things with. You can make your pancakes. Sometimes you can make waffles off of it, and bread chicken and whatever, Then they got soy milk, and I know a lot of people may not like soy, but milk is milk, you know what I mean? And it's protein. So, and they come in a carton. It's not glass, so it won't break. It's not plastic where it's going to get punctured. These are heavy duty carton containers, and you can store them on your shelf. Only after you open them, they need to be like refrigerated unless you drink the whole thing. So if you have like a family of 4, maybe one of those will be drank up with the 4 people that you have in your family, or maybe not. I don't know. Ramen noodles are a good thing for the kids. Sometimes they eat them like it is as a snack. Otherwise, you can use it as a meal filler. You know, if you don't have very much meat, let's say you have dried beef or dried chicken, okay, because your refrigeration is out, it's been a week, but you got to cook. You can always add dried meat to these noodles and make whatever meal out of it. Gatorade is a really good thing. The problem is with that is that it's going to take up more room, for one. Number 2, if you have to carry it with you, you're going to be limited on how much you're going to carry. So do you want to carry water or do you want to carry Gatorade? Gatorade you can't cook with, as far as I know. You know, I mean, you probably could, but I don't know how that would, pan out to be. But your better bet is always carrying water. Breakfast stuff for the family. I know Pop-Tarts aren't an adult thing, it's a kid thing, but you know what? It is what it is, and it's something to eat. Alright, yes, they do have the gallons, so there's the gallons right there. Okay, and then you got your bottles, but do not get this pack. Go get the big cases. Go get the 24 pack of water over at Sam's Club. Don't even bother going to any grocery stores, because a lot of the stupider people are going to go there and it's going to run out. Hit the big warehouses for your water, okay? Also, orange juice. Sunny D, okay? It is vitamin C. It is a drink mix, but you know what? Juice is juice. Don't go for the expensive stuff in the store. Get your minimum just to give you your nutrients, okay? And it's your option. I'm going to tell you this too, that if you do get water, and let's say you want powder Gatorade, you want powder Tang for your orange juice, that's totally up to you. But it's going to use up your water. And I'll tell you this right now. Gone through 4 hurricanes. Hurricane Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and the No Name. You're going to need that water. So if you're able to live in your house, buy the liquid on your juices and other drinks, okay? So that just gives you an idea. But also too, I want to go over some other stuff with you. And granted, this list on this Dollar Tree and Dollar Store is not going to show you everything. But if you're in Florida all the way up to the Carolinas, to Kentucky, all the way over to Mississippi on down to Florida, a lot of the dollar stores you should hit for your other food stuff. They are probably going to be cheaper than going to any grocery store or Costco's or Sam's Club or any of that kind of thing. Alright, let me go into their department here a minute and go over to their food and give you some ideas what to do with some of the food, because being that I have survived 4 so far, you learn a lot of the tricks of the trade that people do with things, and things that they don't think about, or maybe they don't even know about, or they've never dealt with it before. So I am going to show you some things to do here, and it might be interesting here. Let me see if I get this other one out of the way. There we go. Alright, hopefully I move faster. Alright, so we're going to go over breakfast stuff, because in the grocery stores, breakfast items can be very costly, okay? And you're thinking, oh, I'll just get some dry cereal or whatever. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But you know what? Most of it's in the box, and it's going to get wet, even if it has a plastic sleeve in it. Go for the cheaper cereal, the stuff that might be in plastic bags, if you do that. And usually Sam's or Costco or Walmart will have like the big cereal bags, okay? And you could always use cereal as snacks too. They're very inexpensive snacks, okay? But like Rice-A-Roni, You can use rice-a-roni in soups, and you can use it as meal fillers, or use it as a meal situation, because you got to remember, you might have canned meat. So let's say you have canned chicken. You have canned chicken, you can add it to that and you have a meal. Okay? The same thing with mashed potatoes. You can add canned ham, like Spam or ham, to mashed potatoes, and it may be a meal. Okay? I know all this stuff might be gross. It might not be up your gourmet alley or anything on this, but it's a survival of the fittest situation on this. Okay? Do not buy pasta. You know? I mean, if you do, watch how much quantity you have, because these are in cardboard boxes, and if you're in a rainstorm or you get flooded or it just gets wet, period, okay, all that pasta is gonna spoil, and I don't mean spoil as spoil, but spoil as in mold and mildew and stuff like that, and it will actually go bad, and it's not a good thing, because this stuff can, you know, you can have a very serious illness from it if it is bad. Okay, so I don't suggest pasta unless it's like an instant kind of pasta or rice. Okay, now here's your canned salads. It's up to you. Yes, you can use this, but you know what, there's not very much meat in it. I don't suggest doing that, even though you got the crackers with it. Buy the bigger cans in the grocery store, the normal size cans, or even if you go to Sam's Club, anything canned and canned meat. You know, you got canned pork, you got canned chicken, you got Spam, you've got what do you call it, canned beef. Sometimes even these tomato sauces, like Hunt's here, you'll have one that has meat in it. Buy the meat one over the regular plain ones, because at least it's got some kind of meat in it, and then yes, you can add it to pasta, rice, or whatever. Or you can actually use this and use it with your ramen noodles, and the ramen noodles can be like your spaghetti for that. And that would even be better, because that would be faster in cooking and everything. Okay, and easier to absorb. And that's in a plastic situation. If you're able to cook now. Okay, this stuff is if you're able to cook, or limited to cook. But most of these items, anything that you have to cook, if your electric is down, or your gas is down, or you don't have a generator, okay, a lot of these items you're not probably going to be able to do, and you won't be able to do an open flame, because they're going to restrict you in your area, because you have gas lines under the ground. So if you're in an area, you better check out your area where you're living at to find out if you have gas lines and electrical lines running around, either down through your property, down your street, or maybe lots behind you. And the best way you can find out is through your county. Okay, go to your county seat and find out who you talk to find out on your gas lines, because it makes a major difference on how much you buy in your food and other preparatory items that you're going to need. If you don't have any of the gas or electric, you can cook, and you can get anything. Okay, but if you cannot cook, then you're going to have to get stuff like this tuna salad, or the one you saw previously, like the chicken salad and stuff like that. Your canned stuff that you can open up, maybe, you know. Basically, like a lot of snacky stuff. So, yeah, just watch what you do. I was trying to go to breakfast stuff, because they had a lot of breakfast stuff. There we go. Whoops. It's too fast for me. Hang on. Alright. Bear with me, guys. Okay? But, see. You don't want to show me food. Maybe because they're running low on food already. I don't know. Let's see. Also, too, for those who want to donate, like, to a charity, I was telling in my previous videos, excuse me, that a lot of the charities that I would donate to is like food banks. You can check some of these pages like through Walmart or dollar stores, and you can find out whether they have a thing where you can go to a charity. They may have something in their store. We can bring goods in and drop it off or whatever, you know. Check that too. Excuse me. I'm talking a lot and here I am getting dry in my voice. Alright, here we go. Alright, so here we are on breakfast stuff. When you get breakfast stuff, get stuff that's like finger food. Peanut butter and jelly. You got all kinds of dry cereals. You can actually use some of the cereals as actual snacks. You got meal bars there, like cereal meal bars. Sometimes you got to eat breakfast for lunch and dinner, you know, you never know. But stock up on your peanut butter and jelly and your cereals, because basically those are like emergency meal type situations. Do not get the portable little things, you get the big things, okay? You also have fruit cups and jello cups and pudding cups and all that kind of stuff. You can buy all that. That's for the people that don't have any kind of way to do any kind of cooking, okay? Those are all things that you can have as meals. Now, oh goodness, it's just not behaving here. Alright, let's see here. It's still not doing it. Okay, hang on. Okay, I want to go to canned goods because the canned goods that you get in the grocery stores are pretty expensive. You might catch them on sale, but I'm going to tell you this, even if you caught them on sale, unless you're like way in the south and you go to like a Save-A-Lot, you still probably can find cheaper canned items at a dollar store, like this Dollar Tree, than going to any of the grocery stores. Okay, even if you went to Sam's and bought by the case, it's still going to be cheaper doing it this way. Okay, and then there it won't cut into your budget so much, and you can use your money to buy like emergency supplies of other things that you might need. Okay, but like right here. Alright, they've got beef stew in the can. You got your meat, your vegetables all in a can, okay, and gravy. I know it sounds gross, but you know what? After you haven't eaten in 24 to 48 hours, and you know, you can just now get to that. If you're not in a shelter and they feed you and you're on your own, you know, that stuff, all this stuff is going to come in handy. So get things that are like meals in a can kind of situation, okay? Or things that you can make a meal out of. So you got and then you got your fruits and your vegetables and all that, okay? Unless you have kids and fruits and vegetables, hey, it's up to you, but usually I wouldn't spend anything if it's adults on that. Have that as a backup emergency, you know. You're good with fruits and vegetables for anywhere from, like, it depends on what you buy, but anywhere from 2 to 5 days maximum. And then after that, you'll have to rely on cans if you're in your house, okay? Or, you know, pantry item type things. But they also have, like, you know, chicken noodle. You can actually use that as a meal. I've done where you can do a Mexican thing with that on the mixed vegetables, you know, and add chicken to it and some cumin. And that's another thing, too. You know, you may hate the taste of canned food, but bring yourself little baby Ziplocs. You can buy them over at like a office supply place or maybe in the dollar store too. I don't know. I've never really shopped for them there, but you can buy them in bulk and put all your different types of seasonings in Ziplocs, and they'll stay fresh and they'll stay dry from any kind of water situation that you might have. And then you can season up all these things in the cans, and you know, it won't be so bad to eat then. You got chili with beans, that's a meal by itself. Mackerel, that's pretty strong. A lot of people don't like fish. Kids won't eat it, I know that. And but you can use that like a tuna fish salad type thing, or you can eat it like it is, like, whatever. They do got chicken in the can. Like I say, always any canned meats. You get canned meats, canned soups in the can, because those are going to be like your meals. You got your ravioli and your spaghetti with meatball kind of things in the can. And baked beans is an excellent source of protein, or any beans in the can kind of situation. So any of this stuff you can have to make as dinner type things, if you're able to heat stuff up anyhow. Another thing too, that if I gotta show you something, a little trick of the trade here of something. If you get a hold of a big can, let's say, okay, like this one right here is a 28-ounce can. Even though it's diced tomatoes, buy it, okay, because you can always add it to your pasta, your rice, your, what, mashed potatoes, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Make little pies out of it, I don't know. But anyway, the big cans, if you get a hold of the big cans, you're gonna have a lot of garbage to throw out. Okay? But if you get big cans, and I mean the really big ones that are about 28 ounces maybe, or bigger, you can take a can opener, like this one right here. You can take a can opener and take it and prick the sides all the way around, and then take a can opener and take the top part of the lid off and take your label off, and you can actually use that as a burner. Okay, what I mean by a burner, like a stovetop burner. Okay, and you put, like, if you have sterno fuel, you can put sterno fuel down into it, or little sticks of wood, and it will heat up little stuff, not big stuff, but really, really little stuff, like one meal type situations on those. And that is like an emergency survival thing that I've done, from learning things with the Air Force and Scouts and things like that. Now, you also have potted meat. That's kind of like a lunch spread, kind of like ham salad, chicken salad, tuna salad kind of thing. So the potted meat is an emergency kind of lunch meat kind of thing you can put on bread. And that's a good idea to have because it's protein. You can always spice it up with your seasonings to make it taste better, but keep the can. And the reason is that you can also use that as a fuel supply. If you have dry cardboard or any papers or wood, you can actually use that as a little burner inside the other bigger can that I showed you. So if I have time, I'll show you. If not, whatever. But it just giving you some ideas. And then you got chicken dumplings. It's a good meal. Any of the beans, okay. Stay away from pie filling stuff, fruity stuff like that, because that's not going to really feed your family. And also another thing I want to show you, if it's going to let me here, is, yeah, see, you got Vienna sausage and tuna in the can, and the normal whatever you use. They have broth, usually chicken and beef broth, in a carton. It's not glass, and it's already been, I'm talking about this one, not this one. This one here, you can actually drink it, you know what I'm saying, heat it up and drink it by itself, but you can also use it in different meals. Don't get this one here because you're going to need water for it and other things, and it's going to take away from your water supply. They also have like little noodle soup. You can actually use that too as a meal where you just add chicken and vegetables to it and stuff like that. But the problem is you're going to have to reconstitute it, which means you're going to have to use your water, and it wouldn't be a good thing. So yeah, like SpaghettiOs and all kinds of stuff, carrots and da-da-da-da, and so on and so forth. So, okay, that gives you an idea on that. And then I want to show you one more thing in the food area to look for. And that is, if you have a And right here. Alright. So here is pre-packaged dinners. Now, if you go to Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, any of the grocery stores, they're going to be extremely, well, I'm going to tell you, they're going to be higher priced than here. Okay. You can get a lot of your packaged stuff here for meals through the dollar store, cheaper, or Dollar Tree wise now, not Dollar General, Dollar Tree wise, cheaper than if you went to Walmart. You want to get packets of stuff like this instead of this, because this is long grain rice. It's going to take a long time to cook, which means it's going to burn up your fuel that you have, and you're going to need water for it. This one here needs little liquid and little time to cook, so that saves you a little bit on your water and your fuel. So look for the packs, okay, on stuff like that. And yes, they have pasta, you know, but see, the package, it's going to be drier than that one at least. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be the same way, okay? Ramen noodles the same way. Don't get mac and cheese unless you've got tons of water and, like I say, you're able to cook, because that's going to take a while to do. Okay. Tamales in a can, you can just heat that and go kind of thing. Doesn't take a lot of time to heat up. Or if an emergency, if you're military or from a military family like me, then you can just open and go kind of thing. Squeeze, you know, take some lemon with you and squeeze it on there for the bacteria and go, you know. Let me see what else here. Alright, yeah, see, they're showing a lot of stuff that you can do with meals. Ravioli. Now, these things are really cool. All these here. If you get the little cup meals that are portable, they're very lightweight to take with you. They're very waterproof, too. Get those. Get as much of those you can, because you can make several different kinds of meals of them, and even the big tray ones as well. And it'll give you some different flavor too, because after a while you're like, oh, you know, ew, canned stuff, you know, blah blah blah. So yeah, those are like number one on the list. Also, sometimes they got pre-packaged pasta things, or this one's potato little things, and all you do is heat those up a little bit, you know, so they don't take much time, and get pre-packaged cheese sauce. So if you do get the other pasta, you can at least put that on there. You won't need no liquid usually to add to it, and then you know, you can use it and do different meals with it. And also powdered milk. I forgot to tell you guys, if you can, buy powdered milk. Okay, so that gives you an idea. So there you go. Alright, and then they also have other supplies of stuff that you might need, like your first aid stuff. So let me look there. Yep. Alright, so first aid, we'll go to that, hopefully. You'll be shocked on how much you probably pay for first aid in the grocery store, especially a grocery store. They're always going to be high price, and then Walmart's going to be a little bit lower than the grocery stores. I wouldn't suggest going to get your first aid stuff anywhere like at Sam's Club or Costco, none of that, because that's going to be a lot higher. Okay, but alright, it's not behaving here. Let me see. Bear with me again. Everybody must be watching the same thing here at one time, so it's kind of making things run a little slow. Alright. So we have... where'd we go? There it is. And then we don't have that. Hang on, go back here. Alright. Just don't want me to show you. Hang on. Alright, bandages, wraps, gauzes, and wound stuff. So we're going to go into that because they have that, wound care, and skin irritant type of ointments and stuff like that. These are not like Red Cross certified stuff, okay? But, you know, it will do the job. So, you'll find a lot of these at Dollar Trees if you have them in the south of the United States, or Dollar General. But Dollar Trees will be less expensive again on when it comes to first aid stuff. So, for example, they've got like a 30 count box of bandages, little band-aids. They've got your elastic wrap. And anything in the store, by the way, I forgot to tell you, everything is like $1 a piece. They're never over $1 on anything that I've shown you so far. Nothing. For those that really don't know what all is going in kit, you can buy one of those, open it up and find out what goes in it, and then buy more stuff. But I wouldn't really suggest that because there's not enough stuff in that. But you got the bigger bandages. And I'm going to tell you this, the line that they have Assured there, you'll see Assured on the label. That's the same brand that I've seen used in the hospital. Same thing with Cured. Those are the two brands I think they use in the hospital. So this stuff is good stuff, you know what I mean? They've got all kinds of first aid tapes. Okay, so you're definitely going to need band-aids, because if you're going through nasty water or debris and you don't know what's in the water, and there might be debris, you can cut yourself, sprain an ankle, tripping over things. So yeah, be prepared that you have all that stuff. You never know when you might need it. Another thing too, a lot of people may be on a fixed income and they can't afford like your Tylenol, your aspirin, and stuff like that. This store does have certain over-the-counter type medicines, including aspirin and ice packs and cushions and ointments and all kinds of stuff like that. So check that out as well. Also, you can see by my list here, or wait a minute, let me go back to the health list here first. Okay, over here, this first aid, so they got bandages, wrap, they got wound care, itch and skin treatments. They do have vitamins and supplements and stuff like that. They do have toothbrushes and toothpaste, so you're going to need that, right? And any medicines that are over the counter. They got a wide variety of that. They got like pain and fever, allergy, cold and flu, digestive, sleep aids, lip balm, muscle care, all that, okay? They do have shampoo, they do have soap, all that stuff. So, you know, it's up to you where you go, but if you don't think you got enough, or you know, I'm just letting you know that you might save a little bit of money doing certain things there. Okay, so I'm just showing it for what it's worth. I also want to go to when you're done with a storm, you got to clean up the stuff, right? So you've got to check out a lot of the cleaning supplies. Okay, the Red Cross. I know when I went through Hurricane Charlie, I think it was Red Cross, or maybe it was that Baptist church. They gave me a little white bucket, and it had a great big huge like car sponge in it, and some soap and a scrubber and some gloves, rubber gloves. Okay, you may or may not get that. It depends on how severe the storm is and how many people it hit, because I believe we were like a category 4, 5, I don't remember when it went through. And they were limited on their supplies. So, if, you know, I just tell everybody, you might as well just stock yourself up, okay? get the stuff anyway, because don't wait and think that you're going to get any of these supplies through any of the charity outlets of any sort, because running from the past history of when I went through the four, they never have enough of anything, okay? And it's first come, first serve. There's no reserving. There's no holding on the side. There's no my friend getting it for you, because this is what they're going to do. They're going to ask for, when it comes to certain things, they're going to ask for your driver's license, because they're only going to give out one thing per household, okay? So that's why it's important for you to keep your documents dry and safe with you, because they're going to ask for your driver's license and or birth certificate, to see whether, where you're living at, so that it's only one item given out to family. Okay? Whether you're one person, 4 people, or 12 people in one household, that's only one, thing when it comes to cleaning stuff like that they're going to, give out. Now, food they'll give out to everybody, water they'll give out to everybody. So, all right, the other thing is, all right, so they got cleaning supplies over here at Dollar Tree. Like I say, everything's $1 a piece. So they got all-purpose cleaner, kitchen cleaner, anything for every part of the room, toilet paper. They have scrubbers, sponges, mops, brooms, gloves, everything, and laundry stuff, as well as smaller storage bins. And what I mean by smaller plastic storage bins, about the size of your laptop or smaller, okay? They don't handle the big stuff. So if you have your stuff put together in a kit, and that means everything that I've gone through the past videos with that told you to stock up, have in emergency, if you had everything on the past videos that I told you, you're going to need at least a 18 to a 50-gallon tote to put all your stuff in. And that's a plastic one with a plastic lid that seals, okay? This store does not have any of that. They only have the small stuff, okay? So, check that out too, okay? And let's see. And another thing too, a lot of people don't realize, if they have kids, their toys, everything that they own in toys or books or whatever, is going to get ruined, okay? Plan on it, okay? Plan on it. I don't know how much to emphasize it. And you need to sit down with your kids when there's a storm and kind of explain to them before it happens that everything they see in this house they may not have when they go back, okay? You might as well pre-shock them now before the stuff happens, so that they can value what they have now. And my rule of thumb, if they have kids, pick 5 small toys that you can put in a freezer Ziploc bag for every kid. One freezer Ziploc per every kid, and put it in a freezer Ziploc. Have each kid responsible for it, or put it in that big tote that you have. And then when you guys go to the shelter, at least they have something to play with, because everything else is going to get ruined, okay? Another thing is to get books that have games in it, okay? Like over here at the Dollar Tree, they've got books where they have like crossword puzzles, or what do you call it, the search puzzles, little activity books of any sort, stuff like that. Put that in their Ziploc too, with maybe a pen or two, because when they go to the shelter, they're going to be very bored. And don't just hand the book to them and say, here you go, okay? What I did is you rip out a sheet, and you get 1 sheet per day, okay? For however many days you might be in that shelter, or moving somewhere else, and let them do that, okay? But then also get them active in the shelter, to walk around with you, to see the people, to go get the food, to everything. Let them be 100% involved with it, hands-on, on every aspect of the actual situation, okay? If they're really, really little kids, I'm going to say third grade and younger. Um, if you have relatives maybe in another state that they feel comfortable with living with, like over the summer, like a summer vacation kind of situation, maybe put them up there. Because I can tell you this, psychologically, the smaller the kid, the more psychological problems they're going to go through with a major disaster. And I don't care if it's a hurricane, tornado, a fire, an earthquake, or whatever. Okay, um, it will be very traumatic for them. They will have that. The younger the memory they have, the more they're going to keep it in their memory, in the back of their head for the rest of their lives. Okay, and you've got to remember that for them too. Okay, so what you need to do is sidetrack them with different tasks, sidetrack them with these activity books and toys and things like that while they're in the shelter, so that, you know what I'm saying, it kind of balances out their psychological part of the situation. Maybe this will help you, maybe it won't. I don't know. It's up to you. Um, Another thing too, sometimes you can get beach balls that are like deflated, and then you can, inflate them type thing, and use them as toys in a shelter if they let you. But there again, you're going to have to check out the shelter and see what you're able to have and not have. You know what I mean? They may not allow like blown up toys of any sort. So you might want to check that out. But even coloring books, any puzzle books of any sort, bring all that. Put that in Ziplocs. Also, like, let me see the beach tools here, the beach toy stuff here. I think, I'm not sure. I haven't personally bought in like a beach ball or anything, but they may or may not have stuff, but on the beach ball situation. But don't bring any hard balls. They won't, that won't fly, and it'll take up room in your storage too. Okay, but yeah, and don't bring any squirt guns or nothing. Okay, no squirt guns, no guns of any sort, no plastic guns of any sort. None of that, because they won't allow that in there either. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know, it don't look like they have anything like that. So I won't even worry about that then. Just let them grab 5 of their own personal toys and put them in Ziplocs along with some activity and coloring books, and let it go. So just go with that. Go with the flow with that. And then don't forget, like, your medicines. If you need medicines and stuff like that, make sure you guys all have your medicines, both through the doctor as well as through over the counter. Okay, so be careful on that. So, all right, so that gives you a rough idea. Foods that you can and can't have, toys for the kids, stuff like that in an emergency for a hurricane situation. So again, go to Dollar Tree on the web, go to emergency disaster relief supplies. You can press that, but you can also go over here to, says shop by department, and it pulls up all this, and you got your food here. You got health and beauty, which is where your medicines and stuff are. Your cleaning and your storage stuff for like cleaning and maybe storing some of your items. Okay, check that all out. Save a few dollars. Use the extra money for where you're going to need it later, like on water and food and whatever. Okay, so I hope this all helps. If you like what you see, press subscribe and pass this on to people, because I'm trying to help people not only be prepared for a hurricane, but mostly to survive it. And do this stuff like a week to 3 days before a hurricane. Do not do this the day before. It will not be there on the shelf. If the hurricane is going to come to your area, or any disaster like this is going to come to your area, when they bring in their shipments through the truckloads, usually they only have a shipment on all stores, and I don't care if it's a dollar store, a Walmart, Sam's Club. Usually they'll have a shipment anywhere from 2 times a week to 3 times a week, and that's it. So I encourage everybody to start stocking up as soon as they can, as soon as they see something coming in their direction, okay? And don't do it no later than 5 days, because you're going to have shortages on the shelf. So, like right now with Irma, everything that's on the East Coast, you guys should be stocking up right now because you're prone to flooding. Okay? You should be stocking up everything from Miami all the way up to the state line to Georgia for the state of Florida. And everybody that's in South Carolina to North Carolina, you guys should be doing the same thing. Okay? Because this Irma is going to hit, according to current tracking as of September 3rd, 2017, it's going to probably hit around the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Okay? So, that's roughly like a week away. You guys should be out at the stores today and stocking up stuff, because there's going to be millions of other people doing the same thing. And supplies are going to run dry, and then they're going to reload the shelves again, and that's going to run dry again, and they're going to reload the shelves again, and that's going to run dry again. And that may be it. They may not come back again in that area because the storm will be there. So you've got at least 2 times that they might restock the shelves, and that's it. And a lot of stores don't even do that. A lot of them will only do it 1 time a week. So you need to get out to the stores today and get yourself stocked. Okay? Alright, so you guys take care. I'm not trying to put the fear in you, but I'm trying to get you prepared and ready to go. And hopefully this will help everybody, and at the same time, pass this word on to other people to get prepared. Even the new people that are coming in our country, let alone the people that might have been here but never have been through a hurricane, give them my channel. Okay, subscribe to my channel, and you'll get all the videos that will help you out on everything. Okay, and stay updated also with weather. You can check back daily on the weather as well with me, and I'll give you a prognosis of what's going on, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so again, this is Cher with my channel here, and I'm going to let you guys go for today and start stocking up. Get yourselves prepared and organized. Okay, alright, take care. We'll see you soon. Alright, love you guys. See you next time. Watch for my next video. Press subscribe.